Today I am going to discuss the question answers of chapter 4, how the traders became rulers of standard 8 SS. First question. Okay, my dear students, in this chapter we learned about subsidiary alliance policy and annexation policy. Subsidiary alliance policy was started by Lord Wellesley and annexation policy introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Okay, now who introduced the subsidiary alliance policy in India and who accepted this plan first? The first question is, who introduced the subsidiary alliance policy in India and who was the first who accept this plan? Okay, my dear student, as I said that subsidiary alliance policy was started by Governor General Lord Wellesley, and my dear student, Nizam of Hyderabad was the first who accepted it. Answer is Governor General Wellesley. Who was that? Governor General Wellesley introduced the subsidiary alliance policy in India. And second point, okay, second part is there now. Who accepted this plan? So who was the first? The Nizam of Hyderabad. The Nizam of Hyderabad was the first who accepted this policy, subsidiary alliance policy. So who was the first? The Nizam of Hyderabad accepted this plan first. Now second question is here, in which cities were universities established during 1857 CE? My dear student, in 1857, okay, during the period of Lord Dalhousie, okay, he introduced English education and he established 3 universities at 3 different cities, okay, places. Which were they? Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. Chennai means to Madras, okay. Okay, so here, in which cities were universities established during 1857 CE? Answer, in 1857 CE, universities were established at Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. Where? Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. Next question. Which policy was like a sweet poison? Okay, Mitha Jahar. Okay, which policy was like a sweet poison? I already said. Okay, when I explained about the subsidiary alliance policy, I said it was just like a slow poison. Okay, Mitha Jahar. Okay, so answer is the subsidiary alliance policy introduced by whom? Lord Wellesley, was like a slow poison. Okay, if you want you can add here the subsidiary alliance policy introduced by Wellesley. If you want you can write down, introduced by Wellesley was like a slow poison. Got it? Next, when and where was the first railway line started in India? When and where was? My dear student, in India in 1853 between Mumbai and Thane. Okay, when we consider about England, 1830 Liverpool to Manchester. And my dear student, if I say in Gujarat, then my dear student, in Gujarat in 1855 between Ankleshwar to Uttaran. Okay, it doesn't come to our syllabus, just to remember I am saying in Gujarat, Ankleshwar to Uttaran in 1855. Okay, here we are learning about only one thing, that is India. Okay, so when and where was the first railway line started in India? The first railway line was started in India between Mumbai and Thane. Between Mumbai and Thane in the year 1853 CE. In the year 1853 CE. And my dear student, next question. My dear student, it was the period of here railway line. It was the period of Lord Dalhousie. It was the period of Lord Dalhousie. Now here next question. Who did not allow childless kings to adopt a son? Okay, if any king dies without a child, his state can be annexed. Okay, it was not accepted by the Britishers. Okay, so who did this one? My dear student, this policy, it is called annexation policy, and it was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Okay, so answer is Governor General Dalhousie. Governor General Dalhousie did not allow childless. Childless means there is no child to the king. Childless king to adopt a son. And my dear student, we know, okay, Jhansi, Queen Lakshmi Bai, okay, Lakshmi Bai's husband died without a child, and they adopted a son, but it was not accepted by the Britishers. My dear students, my next question is, what reforms were made by Dalhousie in India? My dear student, when I explain about the annexation policy, I say a certain reforms, certain changes were made by Dalhousie, okay, and they were good for the Indians, okay, but his main intention was not to uplift Indian, but intention was different, okay. So he did many reforms. Number one, okay, the reforms made by Lord Dalhousie in India were as under. Here I have written all the reforms. Okay, number one, he started the first railway line in India between Mumbai to Thane in 1853 CE. We know just this are, and last question only I explained about the first railway line. Okay, first railway line was started in India between Mumbai to Thane in 1853. Okay, and it was the good. Okay, today also many people are benefited because of this. Okay, and railway is faster than bus transportation, ST. Okay, so first one, he started the first railway line in India between Mumbai to Thane in 1853. It was one of the best reform we can consider. Okay, he also introduced the modern postal system and telegraph system. I said earlier what was the system, and after when he changed. Okay, earlier one who was receiver, he was paying for the expense of the getting the post. Okay, but he said no, it cannot be done. One who sends, okay, a sender should pay. A sender should pay, not the receiver. Okay, and these changes were made by Lord Dalhousie. Second one, he also introduced the modern postal system and telegraph system. My dear student, he also started the wireless system between India and England. My dear student, wireless system without wire. Wireless means no wire. Without wire we can talk. Okay, you have, when you see the cricket match, okay, when umpire wants to ask any question to the third umpire, they talk on walkie talkie. Okay, they talk on walkie talkie without any wire, they communicate. Okay, so number one, railway. Number two, modern system in postal and telegraph. Third one, wireless system between England and India. Next one is, this is one of the best thing we can consider. He passed law to ban. To ban means stop. To ban means to stop child marriage. And my dear student, that is really a worst evil custom we can say. Even today also many people, many castes, some people they go for the child marriage. My dear student, it is not good. And nowadays government has fixed certain age. Okay, certain age. And before, if you are lower than that age, that is a crime. And my dear student, he banned, he stopped child marriage and advocate support. Advocate means support widow remarriage. At that time, the widow were not allowed to go for to attend any function. They were not allowed to remarry. Okay, to remarry again marry. But he advocated, he supported that a widow can go for next marriage also, because once the husband died, she has to live helplessly. Okay, poor life, and that's why he advocated widow remarriage. He started English education in India. My dear student, English medium school was started during his time. English education. My dear student, it was not the part of to uplift the Indians, but his intention was different. Okay, to make the person literate, and after that a person who is literate can be appointed to work for the company. That's why he introduced, okay, with the help of Charles Wood. The name is Charles Wood, okay. That is no need to remember, but just keep in your mind. The person was Charles Wood, okay. He started English education in India. Next one was he started 3 universities. That in previous question I said, okay, he started 3 universities at Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata in 1857. Okay, he started 3 universities at Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. Okay, so these were the reforms made by Dalhousie. But last point you remember what is written here. Thus, Dalhousie brought in many reforms in India. Though, okay, we know he did good things for India, but okay, in India, which were basically for expansion of British rule. The reforms which were made by him not to uplift the people's status, okay, we can say. But what was that? To make easier and efficient administration so people can work for the company because of that purpose, okay. So he did many reform, he changed it, okay. He brought changes in society, many reforms were made, but last point says everything. Thus, Dalhousie brought in many reforms in India, which were basically for the expansion of British rule and easier and efficient administration. Thank you.